from when you started to now, I'm like, oh my gosh, Jared, like 10X'd his business.
Legit, guys.
Legitimately.
Legit.
And I've seen you go
that's
through
not
like,
just something.
I've seen you go through like 3 different structures of products, right? Or services. To now, guys, check this out. JT Visuals, without the I, unless you talk to me, has become the podcast master of Kansas City.
And that literally would have never happened without you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Action Coach Kansas City YouTube channel. If you've been getting a lot of value off of these videos, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe so that way we can continue doing these things. But I have an amazing business partner, friend, and client on here, Jared Taylor, with JT Visuals without the I, which I argue I find the I all the time. That's just his intelligence, right? Is that what it is?
I for intelligence. Yeah, Jerry Taylor here with JT Visuals without the I because more than meets the
There's
eye
more than
is
meets the
usually
eye.
what we say.
Yeah.
And you like to put the I in there.
He always says like without
that.
the I. I'm like, well, I'll find the I. Intelligence.
There you go. But you see it.
I'm in a business where I could see people's potential just by talking to them. The hard part is watching them either choose it or not choose it.
Oh.
Have you ever felt that way about like people in your life?
Yeah, but you get the opposite of like the people who just do it. You're like, whoa, they did exactly what I said, and then you're like, wait a minute. Well, they're doing better than I am, and I need to change that then.
That's why I found the I, because you're like that. It's like, it's funny. Now, the only thing about you is like, we have these amazing dreaming sessions, and someone's like, wait, let's get some action steps in here. But they're always fun. I love to dream.
And then our action steps become a little big, I think. Like they're usually bite-sized, and it's very good. But sometimes when we have those dream ones, it's like, oh, man.
But I will have to say this. Like, you have accomplished some of those big action steps. They probably just take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
You know? The way I see you now, from when you started to now, I'm like, oh, my gosh, Jared, like, 10X'd his business.
Legit, guys.
Legitimately.
Legit.
And I've seen you go
that's
through,
not
like...
just something.
I've seen you go through, like, 3 different structures of products, right, or services. You went from fast testimonials, which are pretty much get your clients to do a video testimonial, which is very powerful, by the way. That stuff is still awesome, to just like regular videography where you meet somebody out there and you videotape or you record like what they do and you create like ads and things like that.
Yeah.
To now, guys, check this out. JT Visuals, without the I, unless you talk to me, has become the podcast master of Kansas City.
And that literally would have never happened without you.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Like, I know, like, you're like, hey, I don't do it for you. It's like, it's not, what do you call it? It's not done for you coaching.
Yeah. It's
right?
like action coach. Yeah.
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 And he gave that, you give that all the time. You give that space of like, it's got to be my choice. It's got to be my decision. I got to take the action. It's got to be me. But what's been nice is like, now looking back, I have to give credit where credit's due.
Well,
and
thank you.
Things would be so much different if you weren't involved.
Well,
we wouldn't be in this studio.
This is how it got. I mean, we just came up with the crazy idea to do a podcast. So here's the story. And actually, I'm pivoting this video. So we're going to do this.
Okay, you're going there?
So, yeah, we're going to do this. So I met Jared. We started coaching. He came from a ministry background and going into business. Right? 2 different things, honestly, and 2 different mindsets. But you told me one time that your podcast partner, you guys just stopped doing a podcast. And you were talking about how important podcasts are and how podcasts are the new thing. And we're talking about Joe Rogan and all these new podcasters coming out with just stuff. And they're becoming very relevant online with their products or services. Alex Hormozy, all those people. Gary Vee, right?
Yeah.
All those people. And then we're just like, should we do a podcast? Like, it literally just came out of that. I think I asked the question first, or you did. I forgot who, but we're like, what if we did one?
You mentioned podcast once because there was another service you were thinking of or whatever. And then I was like, oh, no, I can do podcasts. Because we can put it on video.
Oh, that's right.
And I already knew that like putting it on video means you get social media content too. But there was so many other areas I didn't know.
You had a really unique name for those video clips. Remember, it's Quantum Socials.
Oh yeah. Well, that would be more like we would do sessions where we would specifically only shoot for social media.
Yeah,
and it was good, and it's good to make that kind of content, but it's also very high effort. and the return you get on it is just a single video. It's like throwing a brick down the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
So those actually are better for creating social ads than they are for creating social organic content now, and that's what I've realized. And so that podcasts are the best for social organic content and shooting ads.
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. So we go in and say, hey, what should our podcast be called? So we're toying around with an idea. I think ChatGPT was like ChatGPT 2.0 or 3.0 at that time. This was like a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
And we were just like, well, let's ask Chat, this is what we want to do, all that kind of stuff. So we landed on the Entrepreneur Experience, and our podcast was birthed out of that.
Yeah.
And we had some really tiny studio, like maybe like an eighth of the size of this one. Well, maybe not an eighth, but I don't know. Like
it feels like an eighth, really.
It was like so small. Our chairs were there and our knees were touching. We're like, okay, we're good, right? Because our knees are touching, but we can continue this.
Being on the business owner side too, like I like that you're like quick decisions and don't overthink it, because I'm an overthinker, and I'm an overthinker to the point where I think that you can only overthink if it makes you not make a decision.
Yeah.
So if you don't take action, then you overthought it. That's me. But anyways, we walk in the room. He's like doing the tour with me of like getting a spot for this podcast.
Yeah.
And you're like, what about this room? And I'm like, my can-do attitude is more like, I can do this. If I have limitations, I can become really creative.
Yeah.
Because creativity comes from limitations a lot. And I'm like, I think we could do something in here. But in the back of my head, I'm like, man, I would not do this for like a
long time.
Like I don't know, if someone else hired me to make a video and they're like, what's the best space for this? And cost wasn't an issue, it would not be a good spot. It would not. But it was the bare minimum. First
major deal in there, though.
Yeah, it was the bare minimum, and you pushed me to like. Yeah. It's like, hey, get a base hit. Let's start here. You can. You're not married to it. We
didn't have much money,
and there wasn't much money. We weren't going into it, so we had to take cost into the factor. Yeah. But it goes to show that like snowballing can have this huge effect.
Well, I look at this studio, and I look at how massive it is compared to what we have. But one day you're going to outgrow this studio, or you're going to have multiple studios, right? Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But in that old studio, we launched the Entrepreneur Experience. I think we did one season there, right? Or something like that. And you landed your first...
No, we did. We started season 2 in there.
Yeah.
We should have started season 3 when we came here.
Probably. But still, it's kind of cool.
But we needed to continue the same format, which was bringing on guests.
Well, the thing is that we just pivoted to this. Like, we didn't really put much thought into it. We're like, okay, cool, let's do it. Boom. That's kind of cool how we were able to do that. But I'm thinking back, like I said, you landed your first major podcast deal, and I think that's where you started saying, you know what? This is the direction I need to go. Because somebody watched our podcast and reached out and said, want to do it. And now, how many podcasts do you actually produce?
We are starting our 8th show this month.
That's crazy. And you're so good on camera. Like, everybody wants him to be a guest on their podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I like it. It's
funny. Did your teacher ever say that you talk too much when you were a kid?
Nope.
No?
I was opposite. I was the quiet kid.
Really?
Yep. So this is my outlet. I was one of 6 siblings.
Youngest?
And I'm the third, so I was right in the middle. I didn't feel like I had much of a voice too much growing up. And then now it's like, hey, I learned to live on my own. And that's when I really felt like I could become who God called me to be a little more.
Well, your voice now is international in some cases.
Yeah, I guess so.
Somebody's watching from Dubai. Actually, no. You are being watched in Dubai. I have a client in Dubai that watches our stuff now.
Dude, that's awesome.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
So, anyways, just wanted to bring Jared on here just to kind of talk about his successes, his hardships. Are you okay getting raw and real with
Let's
our
get
audience
raw
here?
and real.
Okay. Because, I mean, as an entrepreneur, and obviously I might be your coach, or you might be looking into this, or we may have coached before, or you just watch our content because it's very relevant for you as an entrepreneur. I don't want to paint the picture of the Instagram version of who I am, right? Because a lot of us, including myself, love to portray or to highlight the amazing parts of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, the freedom is amazing. But that comes at a cost. The money is amazing. That comes at a cost. Not having to answer to a boss is amazing. That comes at a cost. And to truly measure that and be real about the truths about an entrepreneur allows you to be more successful. Because I feel like a lot of people, they only look at the quote unquote sexy part of business,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they think that that's exactly what it's going to be the minute they get off the ground. The startup, the middle, the starting up to scale, all that brings on different emotions. And it comes with benefits and it comes with consequences.
Mm.
And these are things that it just comes with the territory. But I will tell you this, even though I'm positioning it to be like, oh my gosh, there's going to be a lot of crap coming out, it's not. I would still do this 100% of the time rather than go work for somebody else. I just want to be honest. I want to pull out, the things that allowed you to be where you're at right now.
Well, I've been in like so many spots where I've even considered taking other jobs, you know? But like what stopped me was just the reasoning of, well, I know that I'm a limiting factor. And if my wife allowed me to work more, graciously, I mean, like if she graced me to be able to work more, then I would put more into the business. And then that would show up tenfold later.
Yeah.
And why would I go deliver pizzas again?
Oh, think about pizza.
And then I'm still,
hungry.
I know. And then I'm still not spending time with them.
Yeah.
So it's like, if it's a choice of this or that, why can't I do just extra, grind harder and just say, hey, communicate well. You taught me this. You're like, hey, dude, you have to communicate this well with your wife that we're in a stage where I'm going to have to put in a little extra work while I'm at home.
Yeah. And as long as you promise your partner that you're not going to do it forever and you give them a time frame, I've learned that worked for me because my wife, she wants my time and I want her time.
Yeah.
I want the kids' time. I think as men, especially men, and I can only speak for the men because I'm a man, but you might be a female entrepreneur and you feel the same way in some cases, that's fine. But I know that I'm wired to I could work all the time. I could work all the time and I find my value and I define my value sometimes in the amount that I physically work. And I've burnt out so many times. As an entrepreneur, that's really easy to get to that point because you feel as if I put more time in and I do all this stuff, I will make it happen. The truth of the matter is if you're not good, if you physically are overwhelmed and burnt out, your value and even the skill level that you bring to your business becomes less and less and less and less until you no longer answer your phone and you stop doing things the way you want to, or your family breaks apart,
So that's where I started. Like, I didn't see myself as like a trades person. Most of the time, I wasn't informed or taught or learned enough to be able to work hard. You know what I mean? So if I worked hard, I would have to be on the clock, and then I would be a really good work ethic kind of worker.
Yeah.
But if it was like someone else that's task-based and they're not following up, I'm probably not as disciplined to be able to keep up with it. That's where I started. And so it wasn't until I learned that procrastination is sometimes like a sign that you don't enjoy it. And then then I started, it was that whole wave of do what you love, do what you enjoy. And like there's good and bad from that. But mostly I was trying to adopt that and like enjoy what I do. And I did. I started enjoying what I do. And then I realized, holy moly, I'm working super hard on this without even realizing it because I'm hearing the other side of, dude, you've been working on this till 10 o'clock at night. Like, or why'd you stay up so late?
That's
I was up till 2, like
2.
like sometimes that happens. And it's like, oh, I guess I do work hard. It's just sometimes it doesn't look that way to some people because I'm on a computer versus like out and away, And then you come back, oh, you worked hard. But I carried this into my business and I was working hard, but I quickly learned and I made I think they were big mistakes, which was like I started in the wrong area. I started doing the wrong thing. And so I was working hard on the wrong things.
Yeah.
And
well, congratulations on realizing that fast. Because I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs, they end up so far away from how they started.
Dude, but seriously, this is first time testimony telling you this is I didn't truly realize that until I started coaching.
That's so cool.
Because I was a little scattered. I was doing research on like what's the best way to accomplish and become more productive, and I was like, but I go the route of like, oh, I have a problem with responding to text. If I respond to that more, then I'll do better. So therefore, I need an Apple Watch, and that would be my solution
So
more than the discipline.
Is to buy gadgets,
yeah, and then it actually did help a little, not to like.
Well,
but
stuff like that, like tools do help become more efficient,
but it only goes so far,
right? Because you have to deal with the actual cause of what's making it like that, which is sometimes we just don't know what we don't know. I say this all the time. Like as a business owner, sometimes you're not making it because you only rise to the level of your ignorance. There's things that we just don't know.
I was always max ignorance then.
and that's not like it's not any way to be offensive. It's just ignorance just means you don't know.
Right.
So you rise to a level and you get as far as you can based off of what you know and maybe just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right? But the next level of growth will most likely require you to learn something new or to evolve your mindset.
Oh, yeah. I was always huge on mindset, too. I was always so positive. So it was nice to get out there and, like, hear some, hey, dude, like, you're at this dollar and you want to be here. And then, like, you weren't judgmental, but you were kind of, like, pushy in the, like, I love you, like a brother kind of, you must do this. you know, like that kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Like, if this is what you want, then you got to do this.
Well,
and those were the action steps.
Yeah.
And my bottom line, my bottom dollar, my margins were huge at first because it was just me. I was a solopreneur. And so the margins were like 80%. I was paying like nothing. It might have been 90%. Like top dollar to bottom.
Yeah.
Like it's just taxes, but I also had a lot of write-offs. So it was like about 90%. And I was working from home, whatnot. And then it was like $1,000 to $1,200. It was about $1,200 every month. And then I walked into coaching.
I do remember that.
And then from there, you were like, hey, you got to focus on these things. What do you want? And like, it kind of, the first meeting we had, you said this. And you're like, hey, when I first met you, it was just a one-to-one or whatever. I was trying to get to know you. I couldn't pinpoint who Jared really was. Like, what do you do? And I tried to niche, but I didn't try long enough. And I learned I didn't like what I had to do in the market to become that. Like color grading. I love color grading.
Yeah.
We started there. And then you learned my background. And I was like, I was a missionary, you know? And then I've always done video.
You know, explained a lot of, like, your background explains a lot of why you do what you do. Right?
Yeah.
I was poor and it explains why I hustle so much, but I also make a lot of dumb, fast decisions because I'm trying to overcompensate for certain things. You know, I know for you, when you were a missionary with that background, like it was easy for you just to kind of give to people without asking for anything in return.
And the ask was the hardest thing.
Yeah.
The hardest thing was asking, and it felt wrong. And it was over the course of time that, like, I mean, you would make it some action steps like, hey, who have you done work for that you like doing work with them? Go ask them again. And I was like, oh, crap. All the pivotal things have been action steps. I think there's been one like super, super, super difficult thing that I've done with my business and pivoting that you weren't really a part of. But it was because we did a team coaching and then it came up fast and I had to make a faster decision. I can't just like wait. You know, but what I do love is that I can text. And I did actually. No, wait, hold on. I take back some of that because I called you. I did call you.
Is it what I'm thinking of?
That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah. That was a really good conversation. I mean, it was hard.
Yeah,
but it was an amazing conversation.
Basically, I had to come back to like the heart of what we're all about, and stick with the vision, even when it like seems like some other things are attached to the vision.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we need to hone in and focus on what matters and let go of that. We go 100x into what's working before we expand. And I think of like that Hawaiian Bros. restaurant.
Yeah.
Like they had like 3 menu items.
Dude.
Menu items. So they get excellent at those menu items, and then they can.
Have you been to In-N-Out?
No, are they the same?
It's the same thing.
Oh.
Like it's a California chain. It's kind of all through the Southwest and into Texas. But there's really 3 burgers. There's a hamburger, a cheeseburger, and a double. And from there, you can kind of like say 4 patties, 3 cheeses, all that kind of stuff. But the menu item fundamentally is 3 burgers.
So I think naturally too, this is some vulnerability here. I think naturally, sometimes I'm a little bit of a BSer. In the sense of like,
when you put it that way, it sounds weird. But go ahead.
It does, and I'm trying to like make good content here for social media as well. So I might be emphasizing a little bit, but take a grain of salt. Again, see,
like this,
see. But what I mean is like, I'm the kind of person that if someone hands me a book and says, "Read this," I'm gonna read the title, and then I'm gonna try my best not to read it.
Really?
Because I still to this day consider it kind of a waste of time. Like, sorry if you're big on that, but hence why I'm in a different kind of market. But when someone hands me a book, I take it serious still, and I'm like, what do they mean by this? And I'll like kind of read a little bit, but then there's a few that really stuck, and I'm like, holy moly, these ones are really good. And so from a non-book reader, it was Christ-Centered Company.
I gave you that book, right?
Yes.
Oh,
that was a big difference. And then there's one I didn't finish, but I feel no need to finish it, if I'm honest, because I'm not a book reader. Is the sales one? What was that one?
Gap selling.
Gap selling. Like
I'll be honest with you, I didn't finish the last 2 chapters. I'm the same way.
Yeah, because I mean,
it just goes what you need.
Yeah.
And typically the last chapter summarizes the majority of the stuff. Now, I'm not saying this about all books, but honestly, Jared, my brain's the same way. It's like, okay, if I get what I need, I'm like, okay, let's go for it.
So sometimes you give action steps, and I'll be like, yeah, I started it.
Yeah.
But then like the next week, you'd follow up. Or the next 2 weeks, you would follow up, and then you're like, what happened to this? And I'm like, oh crap, I hope you forgot about that. And then I would kind of like try to save face a little bit, and like, but then
you did a pretty good job.
I think we developed a relationship enough. This is why you gotta go long term when you do coaching and stuff.
Yeah,
is because you can really build that trust to where you can truly be honest.
Yeah.
Because there's that like natural ability. It's not like you go in and you're like, I'm gonna try to make myself look good. But that human element is there.
Yeah.
And you want to save your own face a little bit.
The thing is, even if you're good at that, you can only do that for so long.
Yeah.
Before you're going to need that outlet to say, hey, look, like, I want to look that good, but things are tough right now. Because in business, things are going to be tough. I remember some tough moments with you. I could just be vulnerable with myself, like even as a business coach. And I'm considered one of the more successful business coaches because a lot of business coaches out there don't do really well. Top 100 in Action Coach.
Yeah.
And Action Coach is the top business coaching firm franchise in all of the United States, or all of the world at the moment. But even, I mean, I give glory to God for all that, by the way, because that's, He's given me the ability to do those things, but it's still hard for me. Like I started another business and I realized I was like, oh crap, that's right. I go through that. I go through this. I'm going to have that mistake. I'm going to, I'm going to forget that thing. And so even somebody in my position, I go through hard times in my business. Right now, I'm going through a hard time with one of my businesses, and the other 2 or 3 businesses are managing the other business's cash flow. And I'm stuck with the decision to let it go or to keep going. Yeah. And it's really tough. And it's affecting marriage sometimes and the way I think, or I wake up in the morning at 2 and I'm just panting back and forth trying to figure certain things out. And so it's just one of those things where it's like, as an entrepreneur, those are the things that you go through. And to your argument, that's why you need a coach. That's why you need a mentor. That's why you need somebody to rely on, because any normal person with a 9-to-5 would not be able to give you what you need.
And we did this debate of earlier, right before this session, of will AI replace or will it equip these kind of businesses? And we got to business coaching. It was kind of mixed. But from my experience, I can say that I would much rather talk to you than to ChatGPT, but I'd still go to ChatGPT and then check it with you. That was the best thing. Yeah. Because I did a whole pricing thing with ChatGPT and it's how I helped to get to know my numbers. I saw the future because I was asking it, like, what's the ideal location purchase in this place? So then I'm asking numbers like, so how many locations will it take to get to $1 billion of revenue?
Right.
And it was 26. I was like, holy moly, now it seems really tangible.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because 26 doesn't
26
feel.
full capacity
If it said 1,000, that would be hard.
Yeah.
But 26, that doesn't sound like much.
Yeah, it's like, holy, whoa. And but then we did a what do you call it? The pit stop? It's called a pit stop. And it was 15 minutes. No BS, no small talk, straight to business. And I actually am liking that a lot more now.
Yeah.
Like, let's get to the thing we're actually here for. And we had this 15-minute conversation.
Is that when we did the numbers on the
pricing
whiteboard?
Numbers, and it was awesome. I came prepared. You came with questions. You helped me see something I didn't see before, and AI wouldn't tell me it.
on the whiteboard.
Yeah. We did a whiteboard thing, and AI wouldn't tell me some of these things, and it was way off because AI tries to please you. You know, it
only has limited information. Like, it doesn't have the power, at least right now, to ask the kind of questions that need to be asked. Like, it'll ask you some questions, but it's not trying to get into the nitty gritty.
But now, like, looking back, like the receipts are, to be completely honest, I haven't ever really shared this, though it's not like a secret because I think people can look up taxes. But I went from first signing up, $1,200 revenue, top line, to now $9,500 a month of top line. And that's
growing.
Like, there's still more on the way and potential there.
Yeah.
Like, now we're scalable too.
Well, now you're getting referrals.
Yeah.
Like, I remember how you did a lot of cold outreaches and, you know, you got some here and there, but now it's like one of your clients, you clipped a video of their podcast and it went viral, like a few went viral. So the people that were actually guests on their podcast are not coming to you to do their own podcasts.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Dude, it's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Joe. Dude, like, I'm excited to keep on going, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Well, first of all, thank you for being open and sharing in front of the audience about that. Honestly, I think yours and I hearts are in the same place. At the end of the day, we understand that we're here to glorify God and then to serve our family. And then really just enjoy the fruits of our labor with this. Like, there's so much fruit that comes out of business. But, you know, kind of back to what I was saying in the beginning, you know, business is an amazing vehicle, and we have to see it like that. Sometimes we make it the end-all, be-all. Sometimes we make it our idol. Sometimes we make it, you know, all those things. But business is your vehicle. It gets you to where you want to get to. You know, your time freedom, your money freedom. But if you don't prompt it right, if you don't set it up right, if you don't take good care of it, it could also be the thing that curses you the most.
Yeah.
And we have to understand that. We have to understand the fundamentals of business. We have to understand how business is run. That way you can make the best decisions for your business.
Yeah.
And if your business is taken care of, then everybody in your business takes care of the clients. The clients are happy. They pay the business takes care of you. Right?
And you help me see the future, which helps you focus on the now. And what's hilarious, dude, I legit thought it was org chart, like like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And I even asked for clarification one time, and I was like, "Is it org chart or org chart?" And you go, "It's org chart," but when you pronounced it, it still sounded like orc. So I kept saying, "I'm like, I'm not gonna say that very long."
Now I'm thinking Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, but now I'm like, oh, that's so obvious. Now that I'm like seeing the payroll side, and they're like, "Here's your org chart," and I'm like, oh.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But I remember the whiteboard. I saw the image somewhere, and it would be cool to be able to show that image.
You should like flash it up on this show.
Here is our whiteboard of the original org chart, and actually, we're on track to this.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. It seems like there's been lots of changes under the hood, but the vehicle is actually the same.
Yeah.
Like, we've been pursuing what to set out to in the beginning.
Absolutely.
So it's cool.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad to watch that thing. So anyways, guys, look, you're in business. You've been in there a long time, a short time, a startup. You're probably considering, you might be in a boat where you're considering not doing business anymore. We've all been there. I hope that this story brought you inspiration. I hope that the testimonies here from Jared allows you to see that, look, number one, just be consistent with the things that you can control. Right? That gets you the results. And don't give up. I mean, everybody has their time frame. And Jared, you still have a lot further to go.
Yeah.
You have a lot further to go. But at the end of the day, you will never find out that true potential if you stop.
Yeah. I see it now too.
Mhm.
It's like now everything can be bottom dollar.
Exactly.
From here we scaled, and then now
This is
everything
your
can
new
be
low.
bottom dollar.
You look at what you're making now.
This
it's
is
gonna
the
be your
newest
new
low,
Absolutely.
and it makes me excited actually.
Yep. So, anyways, guys, I look forward to one day probably meeting you. If you are struggling in business or you just know that you need a little bit more, reach out to our firm, Action Coach Kansas City. We have coaches that specialize in so many different fields, leadership, management, sales, just overall business coaching. If you need that extra measure of accountability and help, we'd love to have a conversation with you. We also have an online course. If you're a startup and maybe finances are very, very low, but for less than $100 a month, you can have all of the videos with the process of how to build a successful business.
Yeah.
And from there, if you do well, then you can start talking to us as some of the coaches and then see if we can actually start helping you in a group setting or a one-to-one setting. But either way, get the help, whether it's through coaching, whether it's through our online courses, or if you know somebody that just wants to help you and mentor you, take them up on that. Entrepreneurs love to help each other out.
And correct me if I'm wrong, the courses, if you decide after all that information that you would like help implementing that information, then it's not an upsell to get you to group coaching or one-on-one coaching. It's an upgrade. Correct? It's a bundle.
It's an up investment.
Yeah. So
we come up with new words to just make people not feel
investment.
Look, at the end of the
PR,
day,
man.
Your business is your number one client. If you don't take care of it, it won't take care of you. That's it, right? So, all right, guys, stay strong out there. You're making a difference. The world needs abundance through business re-education. Get out there and make it happen. We appreciate you all.